Dominic, and this is our entrepreneur, Miss Emilie of Busy Beez Daycare, that I'll be asking a few questions today. So, first off, what type of products and services do you offer?
Well, I don't offer products. I offer services. I'm in the service industry, and my service industry is childcare. So I provide childcare for children 6 and under.
So, what type of people does your business target?
Well, we target families that have children 6 and under, and the families can consist of anything. It can be all different types of families, like mom, dads, and grandma and grandpas, but we're looking for children 6 and under.
And how long has your business been operating? And how long have you owned it?
Well, my business has been operating for 5 years. We started January of 2010. So we're right at the brink of hitting our 5-year mark. And I've been running it and founded it myself. So it's been under my belt from the very beginning.
And why did you decide to start this business?
A lot of people ask me that because you're working with kids all day long.
Yeah.
And there's no adult conversation happening. But I got into the business because I had children. I raised 7 children, and I still had some of my own children that were in elementary school, and I wanted to be home. I had did the corporate America world, and it was great, but it was time to shift, and I wanted to be available to my children when they got out of school. And so that was how I got into it, and having a passion for children, providing a safe place, because I was on the other end. So that's how I got involved, because I've been a parent, had my kids in childcare.
And is there any major point or something in the corporate world that made you want to leave it?
Well, what made me want to leave corporate America was I was in a squeeze moment in my life, meaning that I worked for a very large, successful corporation, but they were squeezing the employees because they wanted to have people quit and to leave, and they wanted people to leave so they didn't have to do the firing. And so I was like, it's a little too cutthroat for me with when I was going through that. And so I had the opportunity to be at home, and so I took it.
Okay, and what have your primary strategies been to make your business successful?
Providing the services that I promised to my clients, and making sure that they leave happy, so that they refer other people to my business. That's my primary strategies. Yeah. Always offering what I promise.
And did your business make a profit last year?
We did. Yes. That's always a good thing. Yes, we did.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And what do you like best about owning your own business?
I'm the boss. That I like the best. Yes. I call the shots. I write the policies. And then it's right here in my home, so I don't have any travel time or anything like that. So that's what I like about running this particular business at my home.
Okay, and what are some of the challenges of a small business?
So we definitely have challenges, and my biggest challenge for my business is my hours. I work a ton of hours. I work Monday through Friday, 10 to 12 hours a day. Then Saturday, I usually work anywhere between 3 to 6 hours roughly on Saturdays. So there's not a lot of time off. And vacation, I have to make sure I go on the vacations, because it's not a scheduled thing. So it's hours. That's the biggest challenge. That's my biggest challenge, is hours.
And on average, how much would you say a small retail?
Well, for retail, I'm not in retail, so I'm not sure what that would be. In my business, for a family daycare, it can range anywhere between $20,000 a year on the low end, all the way up to maybe about $60,000 to $80,000 a year. That's not center, that's family daycare, which is what I'm in.
And who are your major competitors, and what do you think their strengths and weaknesses are?
My major competitors are going to be other family daycares, and childcare centers. Those tend to be the biggest ones that are my competitors. Childcare centers, their strength is their numbers. So they have more funding that comes in, and so since they have more funding, they can offer more to their clientele. And then another strength that my competitors have is probably their time that they've been in business. I'm on the newer side, 5 years. A lot of them have been in business much longer than 5 years. And as for their weaknesses, they're not me. So that's their weakness. They're not this business.
And if you had to pick one thing that sets you apart from pretty much every other childcare business, what would it be?
That one thing would be my passion for the children.
And what would you say are the keys to the success of your business?
The keys would be that I'm ever evolving. I'm always trying to find new ways to service the children in a more effective manner, as well as incorporate my parents so that they're part of the process. I'm always trying to find new techniques.
Okay. And do you belong to a business group or some sort of network?
I absolutely do. That is key. We got to be able to network with others. And so I belong to a family daycare association.
Oh, okay.
And then I also am a part of the Child Care Council. So I have two that I'm a part of directly for family daycare.
And how would you respond to some changes in your work environment? Like, let's say, for example, Hercules becomes an unsafe place to raise a family.
That would be a big change. So whenever there's a change, you always got to reassess the situation and see what's going to be most profitable for the business. So if it became an unsafe place to live, families are going to get out of here and leave. And so that means that the small children that I service won't be here. So I would have to really consider relocating the business to another place where I would be able to reach my audience that I take care of for the business.
And what do you see as the biggest threat to your business's success over the next 2 or 3 years?
The biggest threat would be state funding because I provide services to families that receive that state fund that helps pay for childcare. So California has budgeting situations at times, and they always look at pulling it from the children first. And so if they pull those programs, then I'm not able to provide the service to the families, and therefore those children aren't being provided with high quality childcare. So so then I lose my business. I lose business from those children.
And do you have any advice maybe for someone who plans to start their own childcare business in this local area?
To really consider the hours. That is a big commitment, is the hours, and to make sure that you're really in it for the right reasons. It's not for a money thing, it's for the children.
Okay, so that's all the questions from me, but I'm going to bring in my associate Jessica, and I know she has a few questions she'd like to ask us.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much.
Why, hello, I'm Jessica.
Hi, I'm Emily. Nice to meet you.
Thank you for having me here. I'm Dominic's associate, and I'm going to be asking you a few questions.
Okay, great.
So what opportunities do you see for new retailers in this community?
Oh my goodness, there is so many new opportunities that are coming. They've had a project for new retail buildings for a very long time, and it just got put on hold, and now it's coming back. They're starting to finish it up, and so those retailers are going to have a place to come to service this community.
Well, that's very good.
Yes.
So what is your definition of success with respect to your business?
My definition of success in my business would be for me to have a quality staff that can come in and take care of the children the way that I would do it personally, but they take on my role as the caregiver with the children, and then I can run it I can handle more of the owner responsibilities, and then also be able to take vacations, because we all need vacations to refresh ourselves and stay on top of our industry, and then also to put money aside for retirement, as well as to invest it into the business to build it into a better business.
Very good. So how do you contribute to this community?
The way I contribute to the community is that I'm servicing families that are here in the community. They either live in the community directly or they might work in the community. So I'm providing a service for the children, and I'm educating the children as well, so that when they get ready to go into the elementary schools right here in the same community, they're going to be ready to learn, and they're going to be prepared. So then that way they're going to be coming in.
So how likely is it that a new retail business would survive in this community?
Well, I'm not in retail, but I think that it would be successful as long as they, and it would survive as long as they survey the land, the community, and make sure that it's going to reach the community that's here.
So how long have you lived in the community?
I've lived in this community for 7 years.
Wow, that's a long time.
Yeah.
How would you describe the community to someone who has never visited?
This community is a very peaceful community, very family friendly, and it's on a smaller scale, a suburban type, but extremely, extremely safe.
Well, that's very good. Safety is key.
Absolutely.
So, how has the community changed in the last 10 years?
Well, I can't speak on a 10-year span, but I can speak on a 7-year span. And I see that it's changed in regards to it's trying to bring in new businesses, and they're trying to offer more opportunities to the community to connect the community and the families that reside here. They're trying to connect it together. So they're building it up into more opportunities for everybody involved.
Okay. How would you describe the local businesses in your community?
The local businesses out here would be, I would say the majority here are mom and pop type of businesses. So they're small businesses. The large businesses really, they're very far in between. There's not a lot of them here in our community directly.
Okay. Are local residents supportive of local businesses in the community? And if so, can you please explain?
They're supportive of the small ones, the mom and pop ones, and that's why I believe that this community has more of those, because because the community is very receptive to the mom and pop type of businesses. But when it comes to those big ones, they throw up their arms and they don't want them here. So they are very receptive to the smaller ones, family-owned type of businesses.
Well, that's very good, because some big businesses aren't needed in little towns.
Right, and that's how the community looks at it. They don't want all the foot traffic that it brings in, and yeah.
Okay. So how do local leaders and officials support the local retailers in the community?
I believe that they're very supportive. They offer business expos, and they offer other things for businesses. They have a commerce that they've set up for businesses, so they're very supportive in those ways.
Okay. And do local retailers do a good job of meeting local consumers' needs? And if so, why or why not?
I think they do, to the extent of that they're allowed to, because it is so much more on the small business side. One of the effects of that is that small businesses tend to have have higher prices because they are smaller. So so it's kind of a give and take. But so I feel they do, but they don't.
Yeah. And my last question for you is, how have local businesses supported this community?
Taxes. The tax dollar. That's how they support the community. No, mainly by the tax dollar, but then also for the products and services that they offer the community. And for my industry being childcare, we support the community by providing care for the children so that the families can go out and do what they need to do so that they can funnel money in. Because usually they're working families.
Thank you. My name is Jessica. This was Miss Emilie. Thank you for having us and have a lovely day.
Thank you so much.